Jails are inherently dangerous places. Inmates die in them all the time. But one death really caught our attention because the jail and its surveillance video tell two very different stories. Dean Staley shows you on Special Assignment.
Elaine Archuleta lived a tough life.
My mom was a heroin addict for 23 years.
That meant other family members raised the Santa Fe native's 3 children.
She went through bad relationships and she just had a hard life. She wasn't too close with the family anymore.
But by the end of last summer, Elaine was trying to turn her life around, kick her drug habit, and reunite with her family. Then another setback. Last August, a state police officer arrested her for possession of a controlled substance and booked her into the Rio Arriba County Jail in Tierra Maria. The next day, she was very sick. An outside nurse diagnosed her with alcohol and heroin withdrawal and prescribed medication. Less than 12 hours later, Elaine Archuleta was dead at the age of 43. The last hours of her life captured by surveillance cameras.
I was confused. I was sad. I didn't know how to react because she was there 1 minute and the next minute she was gone.
This autopsy report showed she died of alcohol withdrawal syndrome.
Alcohol withdrawal is the most serious withdrawal there is.
Larry DeYap runs the jail in TA. He says a shortage of nurses in the rural area means medical personnel have never been posted at the jail. If there's an emergency, he says jail staff calls 911, then does what it can until paramedics get there.
The few times that I've seen CPR used here, my staff has jumped right in there. They haven't held back.
He says an ambulance usually arrives quickly, even in the middle of the night.
That's the way it's supposed to happen, but News 13 has obtained the video from inside the jail the night Elaine Archuleta died, and this video tells a different story.
Here you see Archuleta on the far right side of the frame. If we fast forward through the day before she died, we see her barely moving from her bunk on the floor. The timestamp on this video is an hour behind the actual time. Watch this inmate sitting on her bunk in the background. According to documents, she notices Elaine having a seizure about 12:45 in the morning, checks on her, then runs to the intercom to call officers. Soon, the whole pod is involved, banging on the door for help, frantically trying to save Archuleta. A minute later, officers arrive. But as you can see, they don't jump right in. In fact, they seem unsure of what to do. Nearly 5 minutes later, inmates begin giving Archuleta CPR while the guards stand around and watch. According to documents, it also took jail staff about 5 minutes to call 911. One of the officers soon takes over chest compressions, but this inmate continues to breathe for Archuleta until, nearly half an hour later, officers shoo them out of the pod. According to the video, the ambulance doesn't arrive until 1:21 in the morning, a half hour after officers called 911. Crystal Dean thinks the jail failed to give her mother proper medical treatment.
They obviously weren't giving her what she needed to take care of herself.
Diana McWilliams is head of behavioral services at the State Department of Health. She says addicts suffering from withdrawal must be monitored closely.
If they aren't up and walking around, and also getting fluid, absolutely that's not a good thing.
DeYap says he won't talk specifics about the Archuleta case because the family plans on suing the county, but he stands by his staff.
They've done a great job. I wouldn't leave them here if they weren't, if I wasn't confident in them.
Crystal Dean disagrees.
They should have professional medical staff like every other jail does.
Dean Staley, KRQE, News 13.
According to the health department, there were 12 alcohol withdrawal deaths in New Mexico between 2007 and 2011. All right.